Hi everyone, just a brief intro to the video you're about to see. I was recently invited to participate in a small vendor event in my town. It is free to participate, and the little garden shop that's hosting it is just trying to help artists get their names out in the community. So of course I am stoked to be part of it, but it is an indoor event, tentless, and all of my signage, well, the one sign that I have one sign, stretches across the tent that I have, my 10 by 10 pop-up tent. So it's summer, I'm a teacher, not really making money right now, so I'm trying to be conscientious about what I buy, especially for my struggling to start art print business. And I didn't really have the funds to buy some new signs, so I had seen the, I don't even know what to call them, like runners that you throw over your table with your name on it, with your logo, what have you. And I inquired to a local printing place what the price would be. It was a little more than I wanted to spend, and then all of the more affordable places online wouldn't have arrived in time for this Saturday. So I'm sitting here thinking, going, I'm asking someone to print something for me. What do? I print things. That's kind of what I'm advertising. So I had just recently had a successful transfer onto a t-shirt of my logo. So I'm like, how much harder can it be to transfer onto canvas? I went on to Amazon and ordered some unbleached, ungessoed canvas and decided I could print on it. Anyway, you're about to see how all of that turned out. Just to give you one small spoiler, it was a roller coaster. There were great moments, and there were horrendously terrible, earth-shattering, angry, annoyed moments, which I think is just jelly printing, right? Like, isn't that what we've all experienced? So without further ado, check out how it went for me. This is my 16 by 20 jelly plate, so I had to tape together 4 pieces of 8.5 by 11 printer paper to make my one large image. One of the things that has been the hardest to get used to is the amount of paint to put down every time I size up a jelly plate. I got really used to how much paint to put down when I was doing my 8 by 10 jelly plate and then my 12 by 14 jelly plate, and I think this is maybe my 4th 16 by 20 print, and I'm just now getting the hang of it. We're going to be rolling for a while, so I'm going to speed this part up. If you watched my previous video, then you know that most of the tutorials I've seen say that you should roll your paint out until it is transparent and you can almost see through your plate. I personally have had more success doing one less roll off, leaving a little bit more paint on the plate. And this is the most nerve-wracking part, putting the image down. The seam between all 4 images is always a little bit hard to transfer, but I slowed this down so that you can see exactly how long I have the image down on the plate from the first time it's touching the plate until pull off. And I just counted with the video and it was about 34 seconds. That was longer than I thought, but I really think with a larger plate, you have the images down a little bit longer. I usually try to stay under 30 seconds, but this worked really well. I was really, really happy with the way that this transferred. Now some stenciling. I just love a stenciled metallic detail in the background, and I throw them into a lot of my work. So this image is actually one of the images from my Diva collection, the Bohemians. Her name is Rhiannon, and she is one of my absolute favorite images to transfer. And I always put her in a teal or sage rusted pickup truck, like she's hanging her arm out the window, just taking in the sights and going for a leisurely drive. I use burnt sienna to put in some rust detail, and then I really like to use burnt sienna to also do some shadowing in the skin tone and some other details. A little bit of sage for the truck, and then I'm going to go in and mix her skin tone and then roll her skin tone out. Once you add a little bit of depth and dimension with some shadowing and highlighting in the skin tone with a paintbrush, I think that rolling a skin tone out applies the color much more smoothly than painting it on. I think we all just have those colors that we always grab, and for me, these are my color combinations. I love this orange, this hot pink, and some yellow ochre with sage or teal. They're just the colors that I always gravitate to, and if you've seen my work, they're in almost everything I make. This is where I get to flip over the acetate and see what the image should look like if everything works out as planned. I pressed the plate down on my canvas, put it underneath a bunch of heavy stuff overnight, and then I was ready to pull it. Right around here was where I realized this was not working and just decided to yank it off and deal with whatever I was left with. It was not good. A lot of the key parts of my print were left on my Gelli plate, as you can see. I was actually able to peel that part of her face off the Gelli plate and glue it back onto the canvas and then just paint around it. I had to paint in a lot of the detail, but I was hoping to avoid painting her face, but just the chin and a little bit of her neck wasn't that hard. So this is what I ended up doing. The most challenging part of this whole thing, painting it back in, was probably the lettering, but I just whipped out my trusty Posca markers and was able to freehand it in, and it came out pretty good. I didn't film it though. I think it's safe to say that I was really bummed when this didn't work, and I have a million reasons why I think it didn't work, and we'll probably try it again. But I was able to pivot and remember that I'm an artist and I can use a paintbrush, and I still have the paint, so I'm really happy with how it came out when it was fixed.